didn't have very far to travel today. I'm at home in County Meath to chat to Meath captain Shauna Ennis. We've battled against each other plenty on the club pitch, but we're putting that aside and grabbing a coffee for a friendly chat about the remarkable rise of Meath football as we make our way to her club, Na Fianna. Do you know what you're getting, Shauna?
Yeah, I'm going to get a mug.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
That's how I started out with coffee.
This is what everyone keeps telling me.
Yeah.
I've tried a few, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get in.
Braeburn is the official coffee partner of OTB. Braeburn has just opened its first drive-through cafe in Ashbourne Retail Park, County Meath. Sit down or drive through, it's up to you. With coffee served your way alongside some delicious breakfast, lunch and sweet treat options, is the perfect pit stop on your journey. Thanks so much, cheers. Now we're on the road. We have our coffees.
We have our coffees.
So, Shauna Ennis, captain of the Meath Ladies, 3-time All-Ireland winner, an All-Star. That's a pretty good intro.
Yeah, I love it. Love to hear it.
So talk to me about, I suppose, being a part of that Meath team that went on and won 3 All-Irelands, first the intermediate and then back-to-back senior titles. It's just incredible, really.
Yeah, when you hear all those things together, it is mad. If you would have told us maybe 5-6 years ago that all this would happen, you never would have believed it. But I suppose everything came right for us. We had a really, really good management that came in and took over, and we had a great group of girls who were willing to work really hard, and then the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's one of the best, I think, sporting stories in Ireland, to be honest. You know, when everybody saw you going on to move up to senior, to do that was unheard of after winning an intermediate. You know, it normally takes a few years to sort of bed yourselves in and, get that experience at that level. What do you think it was that you had that you were able to go on and do it in your first year?
I suppose maybe the fact that we had lost 2 intermediate finals previous to winning one. So I think a lot of people thought that we had sort of come from nowhere, but we had got to the intermediate final in 2018 and were well beaten by Tyrone that year, and then we got to the intermediate final in 2019 and were beaten by Tipperary. So we had been building, I suppose, behind the scenes. People probably weren't paying a whole pile of attention to us maybe, but we were building, and then it was sort of third time lucky then when we won in 2020. And I think had we not won in 2020, it could have easily fallen apart. We really needed to win that year, and then I guess we were just on a roll. We had won, say, Division 3 league, and then after winning in 2020 we won the Division 2 league in 21 before we won the All-Ireland. So sort of winning can be a habit as well, so we were in the habit of winning at that time, definitely.
And it started to become the norm to see Meath in Croke Park, which was definitely not the case for many years. What was that like, I suppose, playing in Croke Park for the very first time?
Yeah, we had a really good run of playing in Croke Park because really we were lucky. It just so happened that they had started letting the ladies play their league finals there and stuff, so we came, that was a great time for us. We were there a few times every year, which was just amazing. And then I think that probably took the sting out of All-Ireland final day. Maybe you were used to being there as well, and it wasn't as daunting then. I remember the first time in 2018 we played the intermediate final in Croke Park. I was so nervous. I think we were all really nervous. I think it probably showed in the way we played because we were no good that day. But
that was against Tipperary that day?
That was against Tyrone in
Tyrone.
2018. Yeah. Tyrone were probably much more seasoned side anyway. They were much better than us on the day. But I think the first time is definitely a bit overwhelming. So
sorry, we're just going by a pitch here. Do you have any memories of that pitch in there?
Retoth, yeah, I have lots of memories of playing you and Retoth actually. Camogie and football.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the Meath journey is it's just been incredible to watch on and just to see what you have done. Do you think as well that you got, I suppose, the the right players at the right time. Like, you had some unbelievable talent come into that side that are really the best in the country.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I suppose our team, it's great. Like, it's a mix of sort of more experienced players and younger players, and like, as you said, we had the likes of sort of Sarah Wall, Orla Lally and Emma Duggan. Those girls came up together out of minor, and they were just unbelievable, and they pushed us on, I guess, that little extra bit. And like, you could name through our whole team, and sure, the whole team are basically all stars and just unbelievable players. But I think, yeah, we had a lovely mix at that time of the more experienced girls and then the new girls giving us something fresh as well.
So was Moira O'Shaughnessy was captain then for the intermediate All-Ireland final that you won that year, and then you stepped into the captaincy role for the back-to-back senior All-Irelands. How did it come about, first off, to take up that captaincy role?
Yeah, so Moira had been captain 2019 and 2020, and Niamh Sullivan had actually been captain before her, so it was sort of a 2-year captaincy. It was the way the lads were working it. So I was vice for Moira, and then I suppose she had served her 2 years or whatever. I was shocked a little bit when they made the announcement at the start of 21, but Paul Garrigan, our coach at the time, said something really nice. Like, he was like, Shauna was playing the last time we were senior, and I think it's like really fitting that she'd lead us into senior again. So that was just lovely.
Yeah.
Like, it was really nice. And yeah, obviously I was thrilled to and just felt very lucky to get the role, and definitely didn't know all the success that was coming either. It's such an easy role when you have so many leaders on the team as well, helping you out. Like, you have the likes of Moira and Niamh O'Sullivan and like Monica McGurk and these older players and Stacey Grimes and all these people, Vicky, who are just great leaders. So it's a really easy role for me as well.
Did you always see yourself as a captain, or would you have captained Nafina?
I would have been captain of Nafina, and I would have been captain of our college team actually when I was in Pats, when we won as well. So I had a little bit of experience in the role, thank God. Yeah, I don't know how people view me as captain. I hope I'm not a dictator, but I try to have a democracy, I think. But yeah, as I said, easy role with the players involved.
But you would have been there when Meath were last senior, and then you're there again, obviously, to lead them to senior once more. What was it like playing for Meath back then when you were senior? Because it was a completely different team, and yeah, the results were completely different too.
After the 2014 season, like, a lot of the older, more experienced girls retired, and 2015 then for us was just a disaster year. I think that's probably the year that's been really well documented as like our lowest point.
Like, I remember, if my memories are correct, basically they put out a message to nearly anyone able to play.
Yeah.
Like, is anyone able to play these 20 games?
Yeah.
Like, that was how bad, I suppose, it had got. And then it was the match against Cork, I think, that everybody talked about, and that's well documented now.
Yeah, like that. I think my mind might have tried to block out a lot of memories from that year, because I don't have really strong memories. I just remember like going to training and there being like 6 people there.
Yeah.
And like, as you said, going to matches and you wouldn't know
who would show up,
who would be there. Like, you wouldn't know. You'd be like, who's that girl? I don't know who she is. And then you're playing beside her. So it was just, it was a really hard year. And I remember that Cork game. Like, it was humiliating. Like, it was so embarrassing. It was on TV as well. So it was awful. Like, it was, I think, that's probably why I blocked out all that year.
And what did you lose by that day? It was
like 40 points.
40 points. But if at the time, I'm sure, as you said, so embarrassing. But you look back now, like, that was 2015. To go on and do what you've done in that short period of time is just incredible. Maybe that was the making of the team a small bit.
Maybe, yeah. Like, the 15 and the 16 season were really hard for us. Like, we weren't getting any wins. Like, we were bottom of Division 3 as well, nearly relegated to Division 4. So we were really, it was really a bad time. And after those 2 years, 15 and 16, then I didn't play in 17 because, it was just, you weren't really getting anything from it, and it was very disheartening, really.
So you just needed a break?
Yeah, the decision had been made to be regraded down to intermediate after 2016, and I was doing my dip, I was doing teaching, so I was really busy anyway, and I just said, look, I'm just gonna take the year out and just play club and stuff.
Yeah. What did you think about going down to intermediate? Did you agree with it?
No, I was really against it. Like, that was another reason why I didn't go back. Like, which sounds so silly now, but I was just really of the mindset that, like, we should be playing senior.
We should be playing at the top level. You want to compete at the top level.
Yeah, but now looking back, going down to intermediate was obviously the best thing that could have happened for us. So, like, I'm eating my words. But that was probably a deciding factor for me as well. I was sort of like, no, like, I don't want the team to be intermediate. So, a few things. That, being busy with work and stuff, and then just obviously after having a bad couple of years.
And so how did you come back in then?
I knew a lot of other girls who had went back in, and I was sort of hearing from them it was really good, it was really good setup, everyone's really enjoying it, it was really good crack. So then for the start of the 2018 season, when I was asked to come in, I was like, yeah, look, I'm going to give it another go. It sounds like there's something good going on and the girls are enjoying it and having fun. So I said I'd just come back in then, yeah.
So what was it like to climb the steps of the Hogan stand and lift the Brenda Martin Cup?
Yeah, unbelievable. Sure, like, what? It's literally a dream come true. Whenever you're a small kid, like, that is the one thing that you dream about. Like, that is the pinnacle of success. So
did you dream about that?
Of course. Like, I don't know. It's mad. Like, I have little diaries and little stuff at home from when I'm like 10 or 11, being like, I want to play with Meath ladies. I want to like win All Ireland in Croke Park.
Oh God, I've goosebumps.
And all that stuff, and then to actually do it, and to be looking down at your team when you're lifting the cup, looking down at your team, and then the crowd, and like the fireworks are going off or whatever, the confetti, like, it's indescribable.
Can you give us an insight into, like, what is it like within the squad? What are those standards that you've obviously said and wanted to keep?
Look, we have really high standards in all aspects of the game, I suppose. So, like, obviously we do our S&C work in the gym, and then we obviously do our work on the pitch. Then we do our video analysis as well. You know, we have software for that we do analysis on. It's really sort of a 7-day-a-week job, to be honest, because you're doing 3 days on the pitch, you're doing 2 days in the gym, that's 5 days. You're doing probably an evening on the video analysis, that's probably 6 days, and then on the 7th day it's sort of like working on your 1%. So are you going to go out shooting? Are you going to go out and do Pilates to improve your core stability? Are you going to go out and do extra running because you're not aerobically fit enough? Like, what are you going to do to improve yourself? Like, it's not a case of just being able to do the training and that's enough. I suppose when you're at this level, like, you need to take real responsibility for yourself, and that's probably something that we've realised in the last few years as well. Like, it's not enough just to go out and train your 3 nights or whatever. Like, it's a full-time 7-day-a-week thing. And
then you're balancing all of that with going to work.
Yeah.
You're a primary school teacher.
Yeah.
How is all that then?
So I'm really lucky the school I'm in, my principal, Ken Keoghan, he's a big football man. He's actually from Oldcastle, and my staff are just so lovely and really, really supportive of me, as are all the kids in the school, like, to be honest. So, you know, they do everything they can to help me as well. Yeah, like, the kids are so mad into it. Like, they all, like, there's so many of them that'll come religiously, like, to all the games, and which is, like, really cool as well, like, really nice.
And what is next now for Meath ladies?
Next thing for us is to probably have a little rest, a little break. We're all going to go back to our clubs now. Already, most of us are back with our clubs, play our club championship, and then I suppose come end of October, start of November, we're going to get into pre-season, and we're going to do a really, really good pre-season this year, just starting back at square one again. And it's all about putting in the hard work. Like, nothing comes easy. Like, all these other teams are snapping at everyone's heels. I think that's the thing in senior as well. Like, there's so little between all the teams.
Yeah.
Like, it's really anyone's game. Like, do you know, like, Mayo, Galway, Kerry, Dublin, Cork, Armagh, like, all these teams, there's like only a couple of points between them. So you have to just try and work harder than what all those teams are doing, which is not fun at the time in November when you're running around a mucky pitch, but it's definitely worth it come July if you're lifting a trophy. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
It genuinely is like a club team, and like we spend a ridiculous amount of time together. Like the nights we're not training, you probably find us like going out for dinner together or something. So it's really like a really close bond, and like even now the last few weeks when we've been off, like constantly texting each other being like, when can we meet up, because we're all training with our clubs, so it's really hard. But yeah, we're the best of friends, and they're sort of the girls that you go to when something goes wrong, and they're really there for you, and they're also the girls that will sort of celebrate your successes outside football as well. And I think when you trust and get on with people so well off the pitch, I think it definitely translates.
So we're nearly here at Nafina pitch in Baconstown. So you have 2 pitches?
We have 2 pitches, yeah.
This is the main one for you?
This is the main one. This is sort of where all the ladies football happens, and the camogie as well.
Very good. Yeah, I have a few horror stories from this pitch, I'm not going to lie. Pitch is looking well.
Yeah, always is, in fairness.
Coffees are nice. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, lovely. I think mine's done.
Happy days. Looks like a nice pitch.
Yeah, it's always in good nick, in fairness. They keep it good.
So this is where you would have started out?
Yeah, this is where I started playing with the boys when I was about 9. I think I started playing with the boys. There was no girls under 10 team, or there's not really many girls teams at that time. So then the following year, I think they started up a girls team. So I only played with the boys for a little while here, and then started playing with the girls. And yeah, this is pretty much my stomping ground ever since.
Do you feel that there's a lot of expected of you too, coming back in from county?
Yeah, definitely. But I think that's the way it should be. Like, I think, and that's what my dad used to always say to me, like, you should be able to notice a county player on the pitch. So I think probably put a bit of expectations on myself as well, to be honest, because I do feel like I need to be a leader here when I'm here.
And how do you think you lead? Like, do you do it more with on the pitch, let your football do the talking, or is it in the dressing room?
Yeah, I definitely try to let my football do the talking, I think, when I'm with club, because, you know, there's another captain here, it's not me, so I'll let them do the talking. And as well, I haven't been here for most of the year, so I don't think they don't want to listen to me coming back in, so I just try and, yeah, play the best football I can, I suppose.
Do you ever find that hard when you haven't been here all year? Obviously because you're with county, but often there can sometimes be a little thing of coming back into the club now and you wonder how all the girls can take it that you haven't been here, even though they know you're off, you're training, you're playing at a high level.
Yeah, like the girls are so good and they totally understand, and I suppose since the split season was brought in a couple of years ago, it's obviously great in so many ways because you're not playing like a county match and then a club match, but it does really take you away from the club. So like, and we were even training the same nights as my club, so I wasn't even really getting down to see them that often. So when I come back in, sometimes I feel like a bit of an imposter. It takes me a few trainings to sort of get back into it, but I always do. And like, look, there's never any issues from anyone.
And how do you find balancing the camogie and the football? Like, is football always been your first love?
Yeah, I suppose, like a lot of people would ask me which do you prefer, but I would say I like them both equally, because I think it's just nice to get a break from one like to the other. And the majority of girls on our team are dual players. Like, you're probably talking maybe 13 of the 15 are dual players, so we have a really good balance, and our managers are really good at, like, you know, there's a good setup for trainings and stuff, so we're not killing ourselves out every night of the week either, which is good.
And county camogie, is that something you would like to do at all? Like, even now, is it just not possible maybe to do both? I know there's some girls like the likes of Aoife Minogue's doing it, but very, very tough to do.
It's really tough, yeah. Like Megan Tyne from Camesson, like she did it for a good few years, but now she sort of says, I don't know how I did that, like it was mental. And obviously Aoife Minogue did this year and she was amazing in both codes. I tried one year to play camogie, like I only lasted like a couple of months, like at the start of the year. It was just too much. And I guess just having played football sort of from underage, I knew those girls and I was already friends with them, so it was easier just to stick with the football. But yeah, look, I love playing camogie too. I think I'm definitely from like a hurling household, so I think my family are happy when I'm playing camogie as well.
What was it like growing up? Obviously, your brother is playing as well for Meath.
Yeah, so my brothers have decided really to focus on hurling, so the two of them play hurling, and my youngest brother Simon, yeah, he was on the Christy Ring team this year, which was great.
Yeah.
We had a great day out in Crow Park for them. So yeah, it's probably a primarily hurling household, but Dad played football as well, so that's allowed too.
Yeah, absolutely. They must be so proud, like, to see you go on and like win back-to-back All Ireland and the captain as well.
Yeah, look, they're really proud and really happy, and like they're proud of all three of us, I guess.
So you hope to be able to give them some good days in the future again with Meath?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Like as I said, already thinking about next year, and just want to get back working already. Like, going to try and give myself a few months to chill and not think about it, and then yeah, we'll be ready to go.
I can tell you're already itching to get back. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Yeah, it's good. I think everyone's of the same mindset. So I think if the group of players, I said, if we can stick together, then I think we're in with a great shot again.